Now we are in the period of the apostles. The period of the apostles, you know that this is the time to fulfill the missionary mandate of Jesus. The missionary mandate of Jesus was that go and preach to the whole creation the good news. And that's what they are sent, they are called. So this period of apostles reminds us of the great missionary vocation given to every individual. Every individual who is called to be a missionary is reminded of the great responsibility of preaching the gospel. Jesus called the apostles to be with him. Saint John, the one who was the most beloved disciple of Jesus, the one who knew Jesus very personally, he is writing, we write to you about the word of life which has existed from the very beginning. We have heard it. We have seen it with our eyes. Yes, we have seen it. This and our hands have touched it. So seeing, hearing, and touching. These are the three basic human experience. Now, you know, whenever we go to the bank or to any government office for any purpose, they ask for KYC. What do you know about KYC? What is the full form of KYC, you know? KYC is know your client. So I give a full form to KYC. KYC is know your Christ. That's for missionary. What is KYC for missionary? KYC for missionary is know your Christ. That means you have to see him, touch him, then you have to hear him. That's what we are called. And it is written very clearly in the Gospel of Mark that Jesus called the disciples to be with him and to be sent out to preach. Whom do we send? Those who are with us. Those who are away from us, we cannot send. No. Jesus took them to his heart. Jesus took them to his life. He revealed himself to them. And then he taught them for 3 years. And they got the experience of who Jesus is. And that's what the clear conviction of John is seen in the chapter, the first John, chapter 1, verse 1. The clear conviction of John, the clear conviction of a missionary. Do you feel that you are called? Do you feel that you are supposed to hear him? Do you feel that you are supposed to see him? Do you feel that you are supposed to listen to him or to experience him? If you don't have that personal experience, then you cannot preach about Jesus. Why we are elected to proclaim the gospel of God, the gospel of Jesus? The thing is that we are not prepared. How? Are we not reading? We are reading. Are we not learning? We are learning. Then what is lacking? What is lacking is the personal experience. Because I don't want to know Jesus. Who is Jesus? I don't want to experience it. What I want is that it's a superfluous things. No? Every day we go to church, we attend the mass, we say the prayers loudly, but we are not in touch with him who has called us. That's the problem. Many people were following Jesus last Sunday, according to Sirmarvar calendar. We are following the Sirmarvar Mass, Holy Mass. The last Sunday, what was the message? Jesus told the disciples with the so-called disciples, those who were with him, those who wanted to follow him, those crowd, they were not disciples actually. So Jesus told them, I am the bread, the living bread which comes down from heaven. They could not digest. Then he asked them, if you cannot believe this, then how do you believe the Son of Man going up towards the heaven? And they could not digest that also. Then what happened? It is written, many of them said it is hard teaching, and they left him. That's what is happening to us. We feel that it is hard, and we leave Jesus. We leave Jesus in the sense, we leave from our life. Not openly, because we are Christians, we are missionaries, so everybody knows that. But personally, I tell Jesus that, excuse me, I cannot preach about you because I don't know you. It's not happening. Is it not happening to us? You have to think. You write your brains and think aloud, then you will find that you are also away from Jesus. You don't want to experience him. The one who has experience with Jesus will never deny saying that I cannot preach. Why many of our fathers and sisters are going back? Why? This question is always there in my mind. Then I feel that they cannot preach because they do not know Jesus, who is Jesus. They have not experienced. They might have heard something about him, but a personal touch. They need a personal touch like John. Saint John the disciple who leaned against the chest of Jesus during the Last Supper. We should have such excellent experience. Then like John we can say we have seen, we have heard, we have experienced, we have touched him. Do you ever want to touch Jesus? Of course, every day you touch him peripherally. When you receive the Holy Communion, you touch him peripherally. But have you ever touched his body internally, in your mind, in your heart, in your soul? Jesus is waiting there. He is there still. He has not gone to heaven. He is there. He wants to see that many more missionaries are going back because they don't want to experience me. My dear friends, what I should tell you is that you go to Jesus, experience him, and invite people to Jesus. God's message is near you. God's message is near you. Romans chapter 10, verse 8. 7 or 8 you can say. What it says is this: God's message is near you, on your lips and in your heart. That is the message of faith that we preach. If you confess that Jesus is Lord and believe that God raised him from death, you will be saved. For it is by your faith that we are put right with God. It is by confession that we are saved. The clear purpose of missionary mandate is given here. That's the purpose of missionary mandate. Jesus told, go and preach the good news to the whole world. What are we to preach? You have to preach that Jesus is the Lord. First one. That means you have to believe. That means it is written here. If you confess that Jesus is Lord and believe that God raised him from death, you will be saved. That means it is given here, for it is by faith that we are put right with God, and it is by confession that we are saved. So we need faith, and at the same time we need confession. If you believe only, you can confess. If you believe a person, you will confess about him, you will proclaim about him. If you don't believe, then you cannot confess. And I will tell you the example. There are so many examples in the Bible. In the Old Testament, you have the plenty of examples of people believing, simply believing. The first and foremost example of the Old Testament is, who is that? Abraham, the father of faith. Or the faithful, we can say, the father of faithful. We say that he is the father of faith. Why? Why? Because it was beyond human expectation, beyond human thinking, beyond our brain and all thought of our thoughts. What happened? God promised that you will be given a son. You will be blessed with a son at the age of 100. Is it possible with man? But Abraham believed. He believed. That's the example of people who are believing. You know, there's a famous theologian, German theologian called Søren Kierkegaard. Søren Kierkegaard. He's a famous theologian, and he says, what is faith? What is faith? Faith is a leap into darkness. Faith is a leap into darkness. You do not know what is going to happen. There's nothing is visible, but you still leap. You simply jump into the darkness. Why? There is somebody who is calling you, come, I will take care of you, come, jump. And Søren Kierkegaard says, the best example ever in the world is Abraham. The faith is a leap into darkness, and it's Abraham. Moses, the second one, is a stammerer, couldn't speak well. He went and confronted the most notorious and most ferocious fellow. Who is that? The Pharaoh of Egypt. That time people could not imagine that a stammerer like Moses will go and talk to Pharaoh. It was impossible. Not even his commanders could stand before him, the Pharaoh. And the stammerer is going and talking and he is getting into argument and he is confronting him. And warns him that you will see the power of God, the people of God, they are going to be free. And he is giving one after another example, the signs, one after another, 10 signs they got through Moses. The one who was a stammerer, he believed. And the priest Aaron, Samuel, and this prophet Elijah, in one single day, that man, because of his faith in God, slaughtered 450 false prophets of the deity Baal, or the goddess Baal, or the god Baal, you can say. 450 false prophets were slaughtered on the same day by a single man, only because of his faith in God the Yahweh. He knew that there is only one God and he is the Yahweh and there is nobody else. And all else are false people. So he slaughtered them. So many examples, say the Elijah, Elisha, everybody, anybody, even David, King David, who was he? A small kid. And he confronted Goliath. What happened, you know? You know what happened, no? The confrontation between David and Goliath? God was there. Because David was standing on faith. Abraham was standing on faith. Moses was standing on faith. And these are the examples of people who believe. And now second one is, after believing, what you need to do is to confess. And those examples are there in the New Testament. Believing faith, the examples of faith or believing, people believing are given in Old Testament. And the examples of confession are given in the New Testament. The first example of confession in the New Testament is, who is this? Who is that? Mother Mary. For anything and everything, my dear sisters, you know, even in the midnight, if you are in the sound sleep, and if somebody awake and asks you about anything, simply take the name of Mary. Whatever it is. She is there. She is the perfect example of everything. Everything good, not bad. Everything good. And he is the perfect example of confession. What did she say? She said, "Behold, the handmaid of the Lord, be it done unto me according to your word." The handmaid of God, that's the faith. Behold, the handmaid of the Lord, be it done unto me according to your word. That's called confession. That's confession. Saint Joseph, silent confession. Do you know how Joseph confessed? We may not see an example of Joseph confessing anything in the Bible. What was his confession? Silent confession. Silent proclamation. He was given 2-3 commandments. 2-3 commands by God. First one was to accept Mary as your wife because she is pregnant through the Holy Spirit. That was the first proclamation made by Joseph. He took her. First proclamation of faith. Then second one, he was told, run with the lady and the child to Egypt on this night. And did he do that? That is called the confession, silent confession. My dear sisters, don't worry. We need not go and speak aloud and so on. But God is giving chances to make confessions, proclamations silently also through your life, just like Joseph. But sometimes I feel that, sometimes I feel, that's why I don't like to preach. Sometimes what I feel is that we should be like Joseph also. Silent proclamation. That means everything should be done, the will of God should be done as Joseph did through silent proclamation. But that's not possible with us. Many a time, we want some paraphernalia, this and that, and people should come and see that Father Sai is a good preacher and he gives a nice talks and so. That is not so possible. In the long run, that is not possible. We should give a silent proclamation also like Joseph. So my dear friends, this kind of proclamation, first you have to believe. And we saw the examples of faith. Abraham, Moses, David, and so many people, Elijah, Elisha, Samuel, all these are examples of faith. Then the examples of confession. An example of confession we saw. The first one is Mary and the last one is the good thief. Both are perfect examples of confession. Then what is the spirit of the period of apostles? The spirit of the period of apostles is this: you believe, then you confess, proclaim. That's all. First you have to believe. Believe like the people in the Old Testament and proclaim like the people in the New Testament. Then the period of apostles is a good period of proclamation, a good period of confession, a good period of renewing ourselves, and a good period of fulfilling the missionary mandate given by Jesus.